Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Odd Podcast, where we give you sports betting tips and daily advice. If you guys like what you see, please subscribe, like, leave a comment. Hope everyone's having a great day. Let's get right to it and make some money on today's college basketball and NBA action. But before that, let's give a quick recap of the NFL weekend.
Starting off Saturday, it was a great day for football. Although the games weren't highly competitive, we're going to start off with the Texans and the Browns. They were playing at Houston. Game was a complete blowout. First half, it was a little close. Then the game got away as Joe Flacco threw 2 pick sixes. And C.J. Stroud put a classic performance. For a rookie, that was very impressive. 274 yards, 3 touchdowns, almost a perfect quarterback rating. And just very, very good stuff by the Texans. I'm interested to see them go on next week and play at Baltimore. I think it's going to be a fun game. And then we got the Dolphins at the Chiefs. Fortunately, we're all Dolphins fans here. We did lose. We got beat down pretty bad. Our season is over. The game was just complete. It just showed basically how bad we've been playing the past few weeks. Cold game, freezing cold. One of the coldest games of all time. On the road against Patrick Mahomes at Patrick Mahomes' house. 26-7. That's probably what I would have expected.
Quick question. What do you guys think about Tua?
I like him, nah. I like him. I don't want to give up on him. I do have my worries, but I don't want to give up on him.
No, I like.
I say
it's been two winning seasons in a row, bro.
Yeah,
it's been a while since we had that.
He's still young, bro. We can still get better.
But
hey, this is a sore spot. So honestly, I don't want to talk about the Dolphins too much. It hurts. No, I'm just like.
But no, it does. Like at first, I was saying like get rid of him, but I think we'll be just fine.
See, I think that's the problem. We're doing that same trap that we do every year.
Yeah,
we go like, oh, let's give him another shot. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he's the guy.
I say one more year.
He's too small. He doesn't have the arm strength. He doesn't have the playmaking ability that you need in today's modern NFL. No knock on the guy. He's a great pocket passer, but I don't think we will go deep in the playoffs with him as our QB. So
I kind of do blame.
Bro, it's all a learning experience, bro.
I do blame McDaniels though.
Exactly. It was a lot of things too.
That's true.
Pretty bad. O-line was banged up. Defense was banged up. I just think mentally the team was defeated from everything that's happened. We'll see how it goes next season, bro.
Losing that Buffalo game, that took the win out of them, bro.
I think so too. I think the Texans are probably. I mean, not the Texans. I'm sorry, the Ravens. The Ravens game was also another one that was pretty bad. Well, all right. Now moving on to Sunday.
Sunday, Packers Cowboys. Cowboys. Well, they did not disappoint again, huh, bro? And you said the Cowboys, right, bro?
No, I didn't.
Oh, Brandon. Okay, yeah.
He said in a blowout fashion too.
Yeah.
I thought the Cowboys were gonna blow.
And it's funny because I was literally gonna text you saying like, bro, I don't know if I could trust Dak again, bro. Like I can't do it, bro. It's every fucking year, man. Every single year, bro. It's insane, bro. It's crazy. But I did not expect a blowout like that, though. That's for sure. Especially, it wasn't even 40. It shouldn't even been 48-42, bro. They just made a little quick run at the end, bro. But that game was a blowout and a half, bro. But
yo, quick question.
Jordan Love,
yeah, bro, he's the truth, bro. I'll be honest. He's a baller, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Bro, that man's a beast, man. I'm not like I can't wait to see them play against the Niners, though.
I know. I wonder how he does too.
I cannot wait. I think he does good too, but whatever. We'll get to that game another day or whatever. Rams Lions. That's actually the best game of the week.
Definitely.
Best game of the week.
Sure. That was fun.
Only competitive game of the week.
Yeah, literally. Lions pulled it out at the end with a first down to the best receiver. With a first down. But besides that, the game was actually back and forth. Right?
Yeah, the first half was really high scoring. Second half, it kind of slowed down.
Yeah, remember you had said the over, Brian?
The over.
And I was like, nah, I like the spread. And you're like, I like the over more than the spread.
I said I like the over?
Yeah,
you did, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for the Rams game?
For the Rams game,
it's crazy because it was.
It's crazy because it was going there. It was literally going to that.
They scored like 9 points in the second half.
Yeah. That was crazy. I didn't see that coming either.
I was gonna
But
say,
it's funny. I took a live on the under because I'm like, the pace of this game is starting to slow down. I think teams are gonna start getting stops on each other.
well, one thing about that game that I liked was like the spectacle of it. You got Matthew Stafford against the Rams. I mean, Matthew Stafford against the Lions, and then you got Jared Goff against the Rams.
You know,
all the
NFL, bro, they love their storylines.
X's, both X's.
Well, that was the best thing that could have happened to the NFL.
Mhm.
Like, for real.
All right, now we go Brandon Monday, dog. What'd you think?
Monday, we got the Steelers-Bills. Bills 31, Steelers 17. Honestly, game was a little funny. It was a sloppy game. A lot of turnovers from the Steelers end, especially. Turnover in the end zone. Fumbles when they're driving down the field. There was even a fumble that was called back for the Steelers. But I think the score isn't an indicator on the game. I think the yards were very similar. This game could have been a lot more competitive, even though it did get kind of scary for the Bills at a certain part. But I really think this could have been a classic NFL playoff game if it wasn't for the sloppiness from the Steelers. And that run by Josh Allen, I'm not gonna lie, that was nice. Josh Allen's that dude. I know he did the fake slide, but it was nice. It was nasty.
Nah, he's a beast. He's a machine, bro.
And honestly, I think they beat the Chiefs next week. Even though I think it'll be a close game, closer than what people are expecting, because they don't really like the Chiefs. They're haters.
I'm not gonna get my insight on that game just yet, dog, but I might not agree with you, bro.
All right. We'll save it. And then the next game, we got the Bucks, Eagles. Eagles, man, I don't know what happened. They were looking good to start the season, and then
10-1.
I don't know. They just kind of just.
Lost 5 of their last 6.
I think they just got complacent. I think they felt too good. And honestly, this season was kind of a slice of humble pie for them. They're probably one of the more talented teams in the NFL, top 5 at least. And to lose in the first round at this fashion is kind of embarrassing for them. And all props to the Bucks as well. They're a really good team. They're scrappy. They play hard. They got some good weapons in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and Baker Mayfield showed up.
Shout out to Baker Mayfield, bro. He balled out.
Bro, that first drive though, bro. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. That first drive, when I saw that first drive, even though they only scored 3 points, I'm pretty sure, right?
Mhm.
That first drive, bro. He was just throwing that ball, man. I was like, yo, they're here to win, because usually, like, a team, they start running, bro. They were here to win, bro, and they were not gonna go away, bro.
No, and then the Eagles, their collapse just goes to show you how hard it is to be consistent in the NFL. Consistently great, bro. And when you're in the Super Bowl next year, they look like complete garbage in the first playoff game.
I also think
Go ahead.
the problem with them was their defense, bro. Their defense wasn't as dominant as last year. I know their offense too, but man, their secondary, if you really attacked and passed the ball, you can get whatever you want on them.
Yeah. No, their offense too. They weren't running the ball as good as they did last year. Jalen Hurts, he wasn't slinging it like he did last year. He wasn't even running like he did last year either. Just a shell of what they were last year.
Man, they're losing their captain, Jason Kelce, bro. Who knows what they're going to be like next year?
Yeah.
What about that stop, on the 2-point conversion?
Oh yeah, it was low key. That was low key a face mask, but hey.
It was a
wait, was it did they stop?
Oh, yeah, stop the push. The push.
Damn.
That was a great play. That was actually I'm happy for Tampa, bro. After getting rid of Tom Brady and they had not a great year.
I can't wait to talk about that game and the Lions game. That and them against the Lions. I really want to talk about that game eventually.
That's gonna be a fun matchup, bro.
Yeah. But yep.
All right. Now we're getting into some NBA action. First bet of the day for NBA, Cavs Bucks. They're playing at Cleveland. Spread is -4.5, going for the Bucks way. Total of the over/under is 236. Here's my insight on the game. Cavs are at home. They've been playing really good basketball. They're very scrappy. They're physical. They get up into you. I think the Bucks on the other end, even though they beat them last time, which I think is a factor that benefits the Cavs, they're on a revenge spot. The Bucks sometimes they can get a little complacent. They got those 2 superstars. They're coming off a big comeback win against the Kings. I think this is a classic letdown spot for the Bucks, and I think the Cavs capitalize at home. They're shooting the ball really well, playing good defense, playing good team basketball, and I think the Bucks sometimes their defensive coverages aren't too good. I don't like their coach. They don't really make that many adjustments. Kind of like the same thing as the years before. So I'm taking the Cavs plus 4.5. That's my pick.
They're also on a 5 streak, winning streak, whatever. The Cavs.
Yeah.
They're 7 out of the last 10 games they won.
Bucks coming off an overtime win too. Traveling, I think they're going to be a little gassed. Older team. I could see it easily a letdown spot right here.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wait 1 second. Because I think there's a chance. Oh no, never mind. I was gonna see if Chris Middleton is not playing. All right. Here's my second NBA pick of the day. We got the Jazz at home against the Golden State Warriors. Gonna be honest, I do not like the Warriors. I think Vegas overrates them. They're not the same team as they usually are, especially on the road. They've never really been all that. And they're playing at Utah. Utah's a great home team. They've won 9 out of their last 10. They've won since December 13th. I think they have one of the best records in the league at 15-4. At home, they're the best home cover team in the NBA. And the Warriors, man, I think they're a sinking ship. They're not the same team. Coming off a bad loss against the Grizzlies, I don't like it. Give me the Jazz -5.
Will you give the Warriors any chance just because of the fact that like they like playing fast too?
No, I actually think that favors the Jazz. I think the
I
Jazz
would
are
think
just
so too, but that's just the way they play, you know.
Another underrated aspect of the game. Jazz are the number 1 rebounding team. Warriors are the number 1 offensive rebounding team, but like those things cancel out. So that's really probably the only advantage Warriors usually get night in and night out. I just don't see it today. So
also one thing I've noticed too, since Chris Paul's been out, their bench hasn't been the same, and that was a big part of their success. The little success they've had, at least, was their bench was crucial. I think their bench was almost as good as just as their starting 5. Not having Chris Paul, huge minus. He's the orchestra of their bench. And then the Jazz, man, they're playing good basketball. They're a much better team than people give them credit. They're a small market team, so people don't really like them. But I think they're playing top basketball in the NBA right now. So yeah, give me the Jazz -5.
But they started off really bad, huh?
They did, yeah.
Yeah, because they're only 22-20 right now. But that would trick you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're a really good team right now, bro. Yeah. But yeah. My pick actually. Mavs Lakers. Bro, this game was actually I didn't want to go with the Mavs, but I ended up doing it. Just because the Lakers are actually coming off I didn't forget who they played against.
they beat the Thunder.
The Thunder, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But I see where you're going. I'm gonna agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
I agree with you too. I like the Mavs.
And the Mavs, Kyrie Irving has been taking off too, literally lately, and Tim Hardaway has been joining him too.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Lakers are good enough to win 2 in a row, bro. I just don't see it, bro.
No, they're very inconsistent. They'll win a great game against the Thunder. They'll come out and lay an egg against the Mavericks. I 100% could see that happening. I like this pick as well.
Yeah,
I do too.
So I ended up taking the Mavs plus 2.5. So
Classic letdown spot for the Lakers.
yeah. I don't know if you guys agree with this because it's a pretty big spread, but I have to take the Celtics -15 just because of the fact that the Spurs suck and the Celtics are home.
You summed it up pretty well. They
Huh?
suck, and they're even worse on the road.
Yeah. And the
Yep.
Celtics are a good regular season team, bro. Like I don't know how many times I have to say this, bro, but like they're actually pretty good, bro. Like
The only thing that scares me though is I think Porzingis, Holiday, and White are all questionable. So just
But the
keep an
line-
eye out on that.
the line would change though, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the line will definitely change. You said Porzingis, Holiday, and who else?
Derek White.
Oh yeah, Derek. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Derek White is a big one.
What? Because Brown didn't play last game.
Yeah, no, and they beat the Raptors pretty good. I think what's starting to pick up for the Celtics is their defense. In the beginning of the year, they play a little lackadaisical. But the last few games, at least the ones that I've watched on defense, man, they get up in your shit, bro. And
Usually these type of games, they do take off, bro. And they
Yeah.
beat them by like 20. I could easily see it happening, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's
they
just-
have a good bench too. Even with missing players, they have a bunch of guys that can shoot the 3 ball. Jason Tatum, baller, Jaylen Brown, baller. They give it out to those guys. They'll spray you, bro. They'll light you up.
I feel like sometimes we get too caught up with numbers and stuff, like, oh, this spread, that, whatever. I'm gonna be honest, the Celtics are just flat out much more talented than the Spurs.
Yeah.
That's literally that's it. They're just so much more talented. It's not even gonna be
Confident
close.
too. I just think the Spurs probably won't come into this game very confident. They're a team that's they've lost a ton of games. They don't know how to win yet. They're just very young. I think if Celtics show up like they should, it should easily be a 20 to 25 point victory for the Celtics.
I think if this game starts off like 15-5, 15-4, something like that, like that game's over already.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. The Spurs are gonna try to do something in the start. If they can't succeed in the start, bro, in the first 5-7 minutes of the game, I think the game's over already.
Yeah, they gotta set the tone early, pretty much.
So, yeah, I'm taking the Celtics minus 15, honestly. Well,
All right, Brian.
Segue over to the NCAA picks. Starting off, we got a great matchup going on. Ranked matchup going on. We got number 1 UConn, number 18 Creighton, and we're playing at UConn. I just see a tough matchup here for Creighton. Both on a nice win streak. I believe Creighton is on a 5-game win streak. UConn is on a 4-game win streak. But UConn is undefeated at home, and they are most likely getting their defensive anchor back in Donovan Clingan. Even if they don't, I still like them in this spot. I just think Creighton is a little overrated, a little overvalued. UConn just plays a tougher style of basketball. They play at a frenetic pace, ranking 3rd in offensive efficiency, according to KenPom rankings. And with the home court advantage, I see UConn getting after it defensively. Give me UConn beating the number at minus 5.5.
Think it's a blowout?
I wouldn't say blowout. I think they win comfortably, 8 to 10 points. I just think Creighton, they do have a good big man. But that's about it, honestly. The rest of their team, they play very, very. They're not a very physical team. I just see UConn getting up in them, bothering them, and UConn they have great shooters. Which Creighton is not a great 3-point defense. They have a great paint defense, but because of their center, but they don't have a really good 3-point defense. And I just think Spencer, transfer from Rutgers, he's gonna light them up. Newton is gonna light them up. I don't see Creighton hanging the 5 points.
I just noticed there are UConn, huh?
Yeah, UConn's undefeated at home, so
that's a tough place to play, bro.
Yeah. Well, now going over to a highly touted matchup here in the Big Ten, we got Maryland at Northwestern. Line is 3.5. Total at 127.5. Maryland, who came off an impressive victory at Illinois, just completely dominated them, which was very surprising to me. But I think that sets up a nice line for Northwestern at 3.5, who just actually who's coming off a loss on the road to Wisconsin. Just looking at the numbers, shot quality of Maryland, I just don't trust their offense. According to KenPom, they're 171st in the country on offense, dead last in the Big Ten. On the road against a very good Northwestern defense. I actually think Northwestern is just a much better balanced team. They're playing at home, 3.5, great value. I think Boo Buie puts this team on his back. Give me Northwestern covering the number here, 3.5.
Honestly, that's my favorite college basketball pick of the day. Not even close. Not even close.
It's going to be a good one. I'm excited for that game. It's just going to be a fun one. And then going on over to the SEC, another great matchup. We got Mississippi State at number 8 ranked Kentucky. Line is 5.5 favoring Kentucky. Total was 160. This is probably the toughest building in the SEC in the Rupp Arena. Great fan base. It's going to be very electric there. And it's just pretty simple here. I just think Mississippi State, they are a very underrated team. I think we're gonna find points in the year where they're gonna have value and it's gonna be a good spot for them. But I don't like them in this spot. It's just a very contrasting style of play. Kentucky's very fast. They're a very running gun team. They want to push up the court.
He's a shooter.
Exactly. They can shoot the ball. They're really good at shooting. Mississippi State, they're very slow paced. They have a very good half-court defense, but I actually think the half-court defense is not going to be much into play just because Kentucky could speed them up. They could play fast-paced, a lot of fast break points. They could shoot the ball lights out. Mississippi State, not a great shooting team. Kentucky is 8th in KenPom's ranking on offense. Mississippi State is 72nd. And I don't know. One thing Mississippi State does have is offensive rebounding. Offensive rebounding, they're really good at it, but I think they're not going to send as many people to the glass trying to balance out that fast break offense of Kentucky. I like Kentucky here at home. Give me the -5.5.
One thing I want to add on too, though. What do I always tell you about road teams? How do they win in college basketball? They have to make threes.
Oh yeah, you got to make shots. Man.
You have to make shots on the road. Mississippi
Actually,
State.
that's a pattern that I've noticed throughout the year so far. They do say defense travel, which it does, but home teams are gonna make shots. Home teams are it's home cooking. They're gonna make more 3-point shots than usual, and if you can't keep up and make shots, especially on the road, it's gonna be very tough. Like Kentucky's probably the best offense in the SEC. I think pretty much, pretty easily the best offense in the SEC. So.
Mm-hmm.
In the same they were the same like team basically last year, huh?
Yeah, they did bring a lot of
they
guys
could never
back.
shoot.
Yeah, last year it was the same thing. They couldn't really shoot. Kentucky is completely different. They're different every year. They got a lot of freshmen. They have a great guard in number 0. That guy's probably going to be a top 10 pick. He's electric. If you guys watch the game, you'll see. All right, and lastly, going over to the Big 12 in a ranked matchup between number 25 Texas Tech, number 5 Houston. Spread is at -11. Total is 127.5. Just two very solid defensive teams. You know, Texas Tech is getting off to a great start on conference play. They're 3-0, while Houston has lost his last 2 to TCU and I believe Iowa State. But they were on the road. I think they're coming back home here. They're playing their first Big 12 game at home. I just see Houston putting on a defensive clinic as they're the #1 defensive team according to KenPom rankings. And I think they'll even be more motivated tomorrow. They'll ramp it up tomorrow, coming off a couple losses, going back home. Texas Tech, they are a very solid team. I also think we're going to find value with them as the year goes on. But they do play at a slow pace. They turn over the ball a lot. They make a lot of risky passes. Already a high turnover team going up against a motivated Houston team. I just think that's a bad recipe. And then Houston, they're not a great offense, although they're ranked 17th. But I believe they could, some home cooking here. They'll make more 3-point shots than usual. And I know 11 is a steep number, but I like Houston in this matchup. Give me my -11. Houston.
11 is really not that much if you really think about it either.
I know. But like looking back at the that's the thing. If you watch the games, you can see that Houston -11 isn't that much, but Texas Tech, 3-0 to start off the Big 12.
Pretty sure people will actually pick Texas Tech to cover here, especially as Houston has lost 2 games in a row.
Yeah, I think this is typically the line where Vegas tricks people, and I'm not falling for it. I like Houston -11.
Yeah.
Oh, God. What do we got here? Yesterday's pick of the day. Brian, start us off.
All right, I think the game literally just finished. Hold on, let me check. I'm pretty sure they covered, though. We're gonna check. Yeah, they did
Hopefully,
cover.
bro. They were up 20.
New Mexico at the pit, undefeated. They play a very intense style of defense. I think they're a much better defensive team this year than last year. And although I do like Utah State, they're a solid team. I believe they won like 13 in a row. I just didn't like them in this spot. I thought they were getting a little overvalued. I thought this was easy pick of the day. New Mexico 4.5. I believe they won by like 15 or something like that. So
yeah, that was nice actually. Kings, they played the Suns, and honestly, they were up 20 most of the game. I know you guys saw that.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that was. They're literally. That's crazy because I really wanted to take the money line, but thank God I didn't, dude. Because wow.
Or you mean you should have?
The Kings?
Yeah, you should have taken the Kings money line.
No, they lost.
Oh shit, for real?
They lost.
Oh, but they still covered though, right?
Yeah, they ended up covering though. That's what I'm saying.
wow,
No way.
I thought that game was over. They were up by like 15. With like 8 minutes
shit,
left.
yeah, they lost by 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Suns came back and won that game. So that's why I'm saying, like, thank God I didn't take the money line. I would have lost that.
Wow.
Well, the
That's crazy.
+5 ended up hitting, though. But, yeah, that was a crazy game. They should have won that game, though. I just thought the Kings – I mean, they did come out hot. They just choked at the end. But I think they were going to come out hot because the way they lost to the Bucks. So – and they had one day to travel, too. So
Not only that, man. The Suns, I don't like the Suns. They're a bad defensive team. Terrible defensive team.
yeah.
Against a Kings team that they play fast paced, they like to move the ball.
I think that's more where you said it. I've watched Suns games. and I just feel like on defense, when there's a team that makes a move a lot, they're lazy. They have a lot of scorers. They have a lot of lack of a better term, divas that don't like to play defense. So when you move the ball a lot, you play at a fast pace, you're gonna get a lot of easy buckets. And pretty sure that's what happened for them to cover the number. They play lazy, which will probably happen. They were down 20. The Suns were like, "Hey, we gotta pick it up," and then they put their foot on the gas and they came back and won, but it wasn't enough to cover.
Did you guys see because my other pick of the day that I was gonna do, it was between the Kings and the Sixers. Did you guys see that game?
Yeah, that's Brandon's pick.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, I literally missed it. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. My pick was the 76ers minus 1.5. Pretty simple. Sixers at home. Usually the Sixers, why I don't like betting them sometimes, they don't really get up for games. I think this is the type of game they're going to get up for. Embiid, Jokic, Embiid has something to prove. Then on the Nuggets side, they're on the road. They're not really the same team on the road. At home, one of the best teams in the NBA. On the road, they're mediocre. So that's why I like the Sixers minus 1.5.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. And the thing about the road thing too is, I know the Nuggets, they did win the championship, but that sometimes takes a toll on the team the season after, especially on the road. So I agree with you. Nuggets on the road have not been covering at all. They've been very bad against the number. Sixers are very good at home too. So
man, Embiid balled out too. Dropped 41 points.
Kind of scared me. That game kind of scared me just because it was a back-to-back. Though.
I'll be honest, that guy's the MVP right now. If he stays healthy the rest of the year, I don't see anybody else coming even close to winning.
You don't think of if the OKC finished first, you don't think SGA?
Maybe even then, man. The Sixers, they're probably gonna be top 2, top 3 seed, and if they do finish that and Embiid leads the league in scoring again, just think of that. His rebounding, he's passing the ball better this year. He's an anchor on defense.
Yeah, didn't he have like 10 assists today? Pretty sure. 10, 11, something like that.
I would pick Embiid.
Yeah, he had 10 assists. Damn.
Yeah, you bought that.
Did he have more? Did he have more assists than Jokic?
Yeah, he did.
We're trying to prove something, no?
He
no,
did.
they have. Yeah, he did. Jokic only had 3.
He said after the game, Embiid said that he thinks Jokic is better than him.
Yeah, he says he's the best player in the world.
Yeah, well, that's probably just a mental thing. He probably just doesn't want to give that to himself to like lay off. Keep that edge.
Another thing I want to mention about that too, that played a factor was honestly, I do not like the Nuggets bench. I think on the road you have to have some depth. When Jokic comes out the game, I feel like the other team kind of knows, all right, this is our moment. Especially when they're at home. Yeah, they're going to ramp it up. They're going to go on a run. Which I want to say, let me double check, because I think the Nuggets I think they were up going into the 4th. And I want to say to start the 4th, the Jokic wasn't playing, and that's kind of when they went on a decline. And the Sixers went on a run. And the 4th quarter total was 76ers 27 points and the Nuggets 17 points. So that's kind of a sign right there.
I'm not gonna lie though, but when the game actually took a turn, in my opinion, was obviously the game was tied with 7 minutes to go.
Close the whole game.
Yeah, it was tied with 7 minutes to go.
And B took over, bro.
He took over. He scored 10 in a row. He literally took over the game.
That dude.
So that was the end of that. So
B's that dude.
Yeah. So let's see, and then
today's picks.
Yeah. Today's pick of the day.
So we all went one. We all went one for 1-0.
Yeah. Nice little start to the Odd Podcast. So if you guys want, parlay these picks together. You can make yourself a nice hit a little parlay, though.
Yeah, I didn't even think about parlaying, honestly.
Yeah, you don't even have to parlay. Just place a single bet and.
Yeah. No, I know. But every once in a while, you feeling good. If you agree with the games, we put them up here. Why not just do a little baby parlay? 3 leg is not that much.
Look at this fat guy over here.
Hold on, let me see if I can get this guy.
Damn.
Pick of the day. Pick of the day. Pick of the day. Bro, Brian, you don't have to get Nemo, bro. Just sit down, bro.
We got him. Get ready.
All right.
Go ahead, bro.
Let's pick of the days. Northwestern pretty much already went over it.
Oh, yeah.
At home, 3.5. Coming off of a loss, Maryland coming off of an upset over Illinois. I just see the great value here at 3.5. Typical letdown spot for Maryland. Bad offense, like Brandon said earlier. You want to win on the road, you got to make tough shots. They did do that last game. Give credit to them. I just don't see them doing it 2 times in a row. I like Northwestern in this spot. They're very good at home. I think that crowd is going to be up for the game. So 3.5. I'll take it.
Well, yeah, I went over my. Well, actually, did I have 2 games? Yeah, I had 2 games for basketball, actually, the Mavs and the Celtics. That was a pretty tough pick of the day for me. But I'm gonna have to go with this. I'm gonna have to go with the Celtics minus 15.5, just because the Spurs suck again. Literally just because of that. Like they're just not gonna keep it close. There's no way they keep it close to the Celtics at home. If it was on the road, if the Spurs were at home, I probably wouldn't even take this pay. I'll stay away from it.
Yeah, especially if Porzingis does play. I just feel like he matches up really good with Wembanyama. So
Spreads them out.
And they're both set. They're
takes
both
him out of the
set.
paint. Takes him out of the paint. Brandon's right.
Yeah. So, yeah, even if Wembanyama goes for 30, I still think it's a blowout. Literally.
I agree. He's all they really have, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, man.
All right, my pick of the day is the Utah Jazz minus 5 against the Warriors. Like I said, Warriors overvalued, Jazz undervalued. Jazz are one of the best cover home teams. They're on a big winning streak. They've won 9 out of their last 10. They're young. They're hungry. They're fighting for a playoff spot. They got really good momentum, pretty much. Warriors, complete opposite. They're older. They're slower. Well, you know, they can actually kind of run up and down. But they're older. They're imploding. They're on a bad streak. I want to say they lost to the Grizzlies. And I'm pretty sure they lost the game before that, too. I had to double check. So, Jazz minus 5. That's my pick of the day.
They lost to the Bucks.
And I just think the Warriors, too, I just think people are still holding on to like, oh, you know, they're the Warriors. Maybe they're going to bounce back one of these games. I just don't think this
It's
is the
Curry,
right
bro.
game.
That's literally what they're holding on to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
it's
but I
just
feel
Curry.
like this in general, even regardless of how the Warriors season was going, if you would have put last year's Warriors teams against this Jazz teams, I just don't like the matchup. I think the Jazz, Lauri Markkanen, I could see him easily. I know Draymond Green is really good. Colin Sexton is another one. He's a rising star. He's balling. He's getting 20 points easily the past few games.
Jordan Clarkson's just doing Clarkson things, bro.
Jordan Clarkson. They have a bunch of young shooters too that they're letting it go. Keontae George, Obasi.
He's starting to.
Yeah. Walker Kessler is one of the best young defensive centers in the league, if not the best young defensive center in the league. So,
do you guys think the Jazz can actually make it to like the 6th seed?
oh yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't know. The
I
West,
think they make I think they at least make like this. You're right though. The West is deep.
the West is just so deep. I really don't know. I think it's just too early into the season. Think of like who's fighting for the 6th seed right now. You got the Kings,
Pelicans.
the Pelicans. Like, are the Jazz on the same level as those teams? I don't know. We'll see.
Not yet.
I think they could be, but I think right now it's too quick of an assumption based off of how many games are we in? 40 games.
Yeah.
So, I don't know yet, to be honest. I gotta see them play a couple more games.
Yeah.
On the road.
Another 10 game stretch, and we'll get a better idea of whether they're a 6th seed or not. I definitely think they have the talent to be a 6th seed. I think they're probably, honestly, they go 5 in and 5 out. They probably have the deepest bench, one of the deeper benches in the NBA. They got Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench, Keontae George coming off the bench, Kelly Olynyk, Walker Kessler. They got a great bench. I mean, those guys could start on a lot of other teams.
I'm not lying. If that Jazz haven't been making you money so far, bro, like at least the last couple of 10 games, honestly, they should be like, there's no way they'll be like -7, -8 against any other team. You know what I mean? Like, Vegas doesn't see them like that. So you can actually make some money with the Jazz, bro, coming up, at least.
I agree. At least for now, they're
underrated.
A team to bet.
They're
A
underrated.
little underrated right now. We'll see how the lines turn out later on.
All right, guys, that wraps it up for today. If you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, all of those things, you know. Let's make some money. See you guys tomorrow.
Do it.
Do it.